Welcome to another Conversation Off the Clock. Hi, I'm Carmina Constantino Torres, and this is Casey After Hours.
Na parang it was expected of me. And then I didn't like that. Makakahabol pa ba ako sa mga na-achieve nila? Na-realize ko that there is really no experience that's wasted. If it comes to the point that I do have to move on na, wala na akong what ifs. Pero talagang may time na nag-aaway kami, we would really clash. And paglalaban ko yung gusto ko kasi medyo risk taker din ako na.
She wanted to be different. Even if her pedigree is synonymous with Philippine entertainment blue blood, she wouldn't have any of it. Or so she thought. Kaya tinahak niya ang sariling landas. Nag-aral, nakapasok sa isang tanyag at prestihyosong unibersidad hanggat hindi na niya mapagkaila ang dugong dumadaloy sa kanyang katawan. And when she made peace with what she's really made of, the magic started to happen. So much so that she's now known as one of the best in her generation. Let's all welcome Janine Gutierrez. Janine, thanks for joining us today. Such a pleasure to have you in the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. Really.
All right, first of all, congratulations. 2024, such a banner year for you. I saw that when you got that invitation to attend the Venice Film Festival, and it was a pinch me moment for you.
Super.
When you look back at 2024, do you still, find yourself pinching yourself that actually happened?
Yeah, I mean, as you mentioned it, I got goosebumps, like literally. It's something I had always manifested.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Why?
Kasi my goal talaga as an actor was to be part of like films that really showcase like our film industry, our filmmakers. So I know that parang the highest stage for that are the global film festivals and the international film festivals kasi grabe talaga yung audience, like so many people from around the world go to that film festival, and all my idols were there, and just to be around like so many people who love film and like represent the Philippines in that way, yun talaga yung dream ko as an actor. So when it happened, I was really, really, really like super happy.
Talk us through why there was resistance at first. Now you didn't want to be what you were actually meant to be.
I think I was scared. I mean, getting to this point, I realized that it was just fear. It was just fear, and I always felt that there was no more space for me. Parang, what will I do pa there? My mom already did this, my grandmothers already did this, parang, I felt like there was no space for me. Tsaka parang nakakatakot kasi I don't want to embarrass my family. And I was like naturally shy. I think also because like growing up, kapag lumalabas kami, syempre like everybody would, notice my parents. And it kind of, I think it made me like go into myself a bit. Na parang, I just don't want anyone to see me.
Blend into the background.
Yeah, like, kung lang ako pansinin, dito lang ako. And then I just realized eventually, admitted to myself na, actually, I really want to try. Pero nahihiya akong aminin.
Okay, so take us to that moment when you finally faced yourself.
Yeah.
And you finally admitted to yourself, ito talaga yung gusto ko eh. And I'm gonna be brave enough to go after what I want.
It was when I was in maybe third year college.
That late?
Yeah. So, I was studying international studies. I was thinking maybe I'll be a diplomat. Pero actually, at the back of my head, parang alam ko talaga, parang mag-artista ako.
Meron na talaga.
Meron talaga.
There was that nagging feeling.
Yeah, there was. Pero I never admitted it to anyone. Pero the people around me, I feel like they knew. Like my friends, parang when they found out na I would try entering showbiz, nobody was surprised. Parang ako lang yung surprised to myself. I guess I was like gaslighting myself na parang, no, ayoko talaga. Kasi ever since bata ako, tinatanong ako like, oh, you're gonna be an actor. So I felt like I had no choice. Na parang it was expected of me. And then I didn't like that. Na parang, everybody assumed that that's what I wanted.
And you
Hindi
wanted
pa
to be
ako-
your own thing.
Yeah,
and
hindi pa ako
ganyan.
nakarating sa point na I knew what I wanted. Like, even through school and college, like, I wasn't really sure. Until for the first time, my mom talked to me na parang there was interest. Na, she finally sat me down in a serious manner na, Janine, the networks are asking, like, are you really planning? You have like 2 years left of school. Kasi my mom really instilled in me na bawal ako mag-artista muna until makapagtapos ako. Because that's something that she wasn't able to do.
Correct.
And she always valued education in the sense na it's something that no one can take away from you.
That's correct.
I guess from her experience
Yeah.
in being an actor then and, getting bashed or judged, I guess she had always hoped for herself na she was able to do that. She was like, okay, they're asking, so now I need you to think about it talaga. Is this something you want to consider?
Okay, so people were assuming that you were going to follow in their footsteps. You felt that you didn't have any wiggle room to decide for yourself, and therefore you just wanted to be different, right? But on the home front, was there even that seed planted, or were they even telling you na maybe you should try, or were they just waiting for you to realize?
My parents never pressured me, but my grandparents did. My grandmothers. So my mamita
Of
and
course.
then my lolo's wife, si Tita Annabelle. Nakakatawa kasi I felt like they were doing the opposite to me. Like, my mom was like, you finish your school. And then my grandmothers naman were like, bakit hindi ka pa nag-aartista?
Oo.
Bakit ka pa nag-aaral dyan? Ganyan. So parang, oh my gosh, litong-lito na ako. So I think I really had to catch up and figure it out for myself kung ano ba talagang gusto ko.
When did you first realize that you're part of the family?
It's a funny story. It was grade 2 and then, Civica, the subject. So, meron kaming Civica book. Tapos yung topic that day, sining at kultura. Tapos yung dalawa kong lola, nandun sa book. So, it's like, si Mamita. Mamita was there for singing and then my other grandmother, si Nora Honor, was there for acting. So, it's like, ba't sila nandyan? Parang dun lang nag-click sa akin na, okay, everybody else knows them. Funny things where I would watch a movie and then my mom is in it, tas mamamatay siya, tas matatakot ako kasi, what's happening is my mom, but she's in the kitchen. Yung mga parang ganon.
May pressure ba to be just as legendary as they are?
No, kasi imposible. And that's what I had to remove from my brain then when I was starting. Kasi how can you compete with the women in my life? Parang hindi talaga kaya. So, I guess that was one of the things then that was stopping me before from trying to enter showbiz. Kasi feeling ko, paano pa? Like, ano pang mapapatunayan ko dyan? They've done everything. But over the years, I've learned that there's space for everyone.
There is.
There's space for everyone.
is.
That's why I also hate it when they pit women against each other because everybody can be successful.
Correct.
There's space for everyone and, just be true to your own journey. Don't compare yourself to your peers or don't put too much pressure on what other people have achieved kasi you define your own success. And I've learned that also, from my mom and from my grandmother and everyone.
So now that you're there, you've decided, you've
Yeah.
fully embraced it, do you feel like, I just wasted my time there? O hindi naman?
There was a time that I did feel that way when I was starting. And then I started when I was 21. And then everybody my age had started when they were like 15.
Yeah.
So parang ako, oh my gosh, makakahabol pa ba ako sa mga na-achieve nila? Or
Kung nagpakatotoo lang ako sa sarili ko.
yeah, or like, is it too late? As in, nagka-crisis din talaga ako. The first few years, wondering if I made the right choice to even try acting. Kasi hindi naman talaga ako magaling. Naglakas loob lang ako. I mean, I'm just learning on the fly. Kasi nga, I was always shy. So, I didn't really do like theater or things like that or like any training. So, there was a part na, kaya ko ba to? Like,
Oo.
ganun.
Meron bang part na parang you see your peers, you see some of your colleagues, putting in the work and all that, getting into all these workshops and whatever. And then you think, dugo ko lang ang panglaban ko
Oh
dito.
my gosh.
May ganun ba? Parang, it's just my pedigree here. And then the doubt starts to creep in. May ganun.
Parang the doubt was always there. Parang my whole life, my being like a young woman, doubt talaga lahat. And I think you grow into it eh. But you also have to back it up talaga with the hard work. So when I did decide that I wanted to try to be an actor, talagang nag-workshop ako. Kinausap ko yung mga veteran actors. I really tried to listen and do my best. But it wasn't easy. Parang it was something that was also really hard to learn.
But now when I see you, you seem to be very comfortable. Comfortable with success, comfortable with failure, comfortable with obstacles and hard work. Maging love man yan, maging career man yan, maging bilang babae lang, di ba? Paano mo narating tong punto na you're comfortable living life?
Oh my gosh. I think it's also really getting to know yourself. And I think it comes with age and experience talaga.
So, tumanda na si Janine.
Oo. Oo. And there was that part of me when I was younger na, did I just waste my time studying? Dapat ba? 16 pa lang, nag-artista na ako. But then, when I got to do the things I really wanted, like, for example, going to Venice, or even getting roles, or like even like going to ABS-CBN, na-realize ko that there is really no experience that's wasted. And I'm so happy that I really had that time then to go to school, which is a privilege not many actors have. And I'm so blessed to have that part of my life before going into show business. Kasi it
Bukas ka na.
Yeah. It has really helped me talaga. And yeah, I know that everything happens for a reason talaga. And I've learned that through many rejections and many missed opportunities and like crying over jobs na nawala sa akin, napunta sa iba, hindi ko maintindihan kung bakit nangyari yun. And then eventually I realized that everything gets explained or like replaced with something better, and everything happens for a reason, and timing is everything. So over the years I've learned talaga na whatever you feel like is a missed opportunity is actually just not for you, and there's something better.
Do you have the same belief when it comes to love?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I've followed you enough. To observe this of you. Na grabe ka magmahal.
Talaga?
Na
That's funny.
you're gonna go after it. And then if it fails, it fails.
Yeah.
And then you go after it again. And
Oh
then
my
that one
gosh.
fails, it fails again.
Yeah.
But bakit ganun ka magmahal?
Oh my gosh, I feel so seen.
I'm really sorry for blowing my cover, but yeah, is that a correct observation?
Yeah, it is. I think I'm the type to really like, tama ka, like go for something, give it my all, para kung hindi talaga, at least no regrets, like I tried everything. If it comes to the point that I do have to move on na, wala na akong what ifs.
So yung ganun ka. But you have friends around you, and you have a pretty tight circle.
Yeah.
And their opinions of how you're leading your life, and maybe, of course, being protective of you as well. Does that even count when you're deeply, madly in love?
No. No. It's funny because I'm so lucky with my friendships. Like, I have the same barkada since grade 2. Yung ganon.
Oh,
like,
that's amazing.
Yeah, like people I grew up with talaga. And we all know each other. And we all know that, when someone's decided on something, of course, we'll tell each other the truth.
Yeah.
Pero we know then na, okay, this person's probably not gonna listen and they're gonna have to learn for themselves.
Yeah.
So, swerte lang ako to be surrounded by, female friendships that won't judge you and like will support you no matter what, and they'll just hold your hand when you're gonna cry na.
Yeah. And speaking of, after you've cried, shed those tears, how do you get back up?
I am the type who's learned that if I'm sad, I'll just be sad. Like,
Yes.
like I saw this recent clip of Angelina Jolie where she said that if you're going through a rough time, you just have to go through it.
Yeah.
And that's something that I've also like always believed. Like, kung malungkot ako, shucks, talagang nasa kama lang ako for days. And like, I'll really just feel it and like get it out of my system. And then slowly focus on yourself.
Yeah.
It may sound cliche, but like,
No, but that's true.
it's so true. And like, when I was sad, like last year, my TikTok, I would just watch like videos of women like giving advice. Videos.
Why are you laughing now?
It's fun. It's funny now. Pero if anyone is going through anything, like, it's so helpful to hear from like women who have gone through it also.
Yeah.
And like talagang focus on yourself and like loving yourself. This Viola Davis quote really got me through it. She said that you are the love of your life. And then I was like,
Amazing.
oh my gosh. Oo nga.
Oo. Wait, so
So-
sinabi mo last year when you were sad,
I was a bit sad, yeah.
which means now you're not anymore?
No, thank God.
Why? Where are you finding your happiness these days?
Well, in other people and in myself. And yun nga, parang last year I was really able to like learn to really take care of myself and love myself. And one of my best friends was kind of going through a similar thing. And then she said, na, you know, Nini, parang what I really learned is like, I've made myself my home. Parang stop looking for things outside of yourself. Parang get so comfortable with being alone that everything else is just a bonus.
Yeah.
And I really like try to tell that to like the younger women in my life. Na parang once you really prioritize yourself and take care of yourself, you'll also know what your worth is and what you should expect or like what you should not tolerate from other people.
I don't know if you also know of other people, and I don't know, but clearly it's, you're showing me that you're not that kind of an actor. But sometimes people in the industry surround themselves with yes people that, if a rejection has happened, if there is rejection that's happened, yung nanunulsul pa sila na kasi ganito, kasi ganyan. Tapos parang mas lumalaki pa, and then the doubt sets in. Nagkaroon ka ba ng ganong experience? And how do you make sure that you're surrounded with the right people or by the right people?
My mom will tell me if what I did was horrible. Especially when I was starting to sobrang di pa ako talaga marunong umarte. She would tell me talaga, anak, huwag mo na uulitin yung eksena na yan. Like, ang pangit. She'll tell me talaga. So I appreciate, brutal truths and like constructive criticism. Pero na-experience ko na din yung dahil sa rejection, meron akong pagbubunta na ng galit. Like, parang they took this away from me or parang
I mean,
kasalanan
it's
nila.
normal.
Yeah, or like sobrang bias, sobrang daya, sobrang unfair. Pero at the end of the day, you just have to like move forward with the circumstances and make yourself better. And parang make yourself worthy for the next opportunity. Make yourself worthy for kung ano ba talaga yung gusto mong makuha.
Several times already you've mentioned your mom, and we know the great relationship that you have with her. Paano yung relationship niya with you when it comes to your career? Because she's been there, she's done that, and the fears I'm sure she has as well. Mahirap yun sa isang ina to just sit and look and let you make the mistakes yourself.
Yeah, I can imagine sobrang hirap for her. Especially medyo matigas yung ulo ko. Like, actually, when I started, she was my manager. So, there were times na hindi talaga ako naniniwala sa mga sinasabi niya.
Bakit naman?
Just because bata ako and hindi ko pa natututunan na my mom is always usually right. Usually.
Just because mommy mo siya, kaya nga eh.
Oo nga. So, meron talagang mga moments na matigas ulo ko. Like, for example, mga simple example lang, like, I remember there was this like, 100 most beautiful event. Tapos, napasama ako. And then the invite said casual. So I was like, Mom, mag-jeans lang ako. Kasi jeans and t-shirt talaga ako. Casual daw eh. And she's like, hindi anak. Like, hindi talaga yan casual. Argue kami. And then, eventually, I listen to her and I wear a dress and I really like, get ready. Pagdating ko doon, lahat nga ng tao, like, super pabongga na. It's like, okay, tama pala si mom. Just like simple things like that, all the way to the big things. Pero talagang may time na nag-aaway kami, we would really clash, and paglalaban ko yung gusto ko kasi medyo risk taker din ako na, you know, I want to go for something. For example, like just moving networks, which is like what I did.
That was your decision primarily.
Yeah. My mom was apprehensive about it because syempre she's thinking of security and thinking as a mom, and then for me naman, but I want like ganyan. So may moments talaga na nagka-clash kami, and we really did have to stop being like manager-daughter relationship.
You needed that space.
Yeah. So now it's great kasi I know that she is usually right.
She is. Dude, moms really are right.
I know. And they know everything.
Yes, we
They
have
know everything.
superpowers.
It's true. So I've learned that. And now, you know, it's a great relationship and I trust her completely. But she's also like given me the space to navigate my career on my own. But still, nandyan lang siya.
Of course, I cannot let this interview end without talking about the beautiful relationship that you have with your papa. And, you know, how has that been like? And what does he bring into your life?
My dad is super chill. Super cool guy lang niya. Pero his number one thing is he'll always show up for you. Kahit nasan ka pa, if like, ilang beses ko na nalock yung susi sa loob ng sasakyan when I was younger. And I would be like on location in Pampanga. He'll be there in an hour. So, siguro he set the standard din for the people. the people in my life. Yung parang that kind of love that shows up for you and is really like available. And I'm very lucky to have him. He's really cool.
Kontrabida man yan, bida man yan. What's your process like getting into character? Kasi po kami po, una kaming nagkakilala ni Janine in the newsroom.
Yeah.
Dinala siya ni Jeff Canoy, our good friend, because you were researching for a role.
Yes.
And yung time na yun, sabi ko, may something tong babaeng to, ha? Talagang binulabog niya yung newsroom because she really wanted to get into that role. So, is that your process?
Yeah.
Why?
Thank you so much, by the way, for helping me.
Oh my gosh,
Alam
no.
mo, hindi na ako natuloy sa film na yun and I was so sad and I was so
Seryoso?
heartbroken. Yeah!
Bakit?
I was so excited.
I was excited too. I was waiting for it.
I was so excited.
Ano nangyari?
They revised the script and then
No.
parang it changed a lot. So when it super changed, parang hindi ko na din alam kung magagawa ko ng mabuti. And of course, like I owe it to the team and the director na, you know, they invite me on a film for a reason. So, dapat mabigay ko talaga yung best ko. So, when the script changed, parang di ko na yata magagampanan to, like, to the best of my ability. So, I feel like I just have to, you know.
How do you keep yourself in check? That's about what you like and your principles and all that good stuff, as opposed to, this is my ego talking.
I think over the years then and like getting older, I've really learned to follow my gut and to trust myself. From experiences na rin na this is what I wanted to do. But like so many other people said, don't do that, do something else. Pero eventually, parang I feel like I should have just done what I wanted to do. Pero being younger, and I guess being a woman na rin, parang it's sometimes hard to put your foot down.
Yes.
So,
Hard to say no.
Yeah, it's hard to say no. Being a woman, being Filipino also, parang that's one of the things that are hard to overcome, diba? Like yung fighting for what you really want. Kasi minsan na aano ka din sa mga tao sa paligid mo na hindi, wag mong gawin yan. Even if you know na ito talaga yung tama para sa akin eh. So, madaming times na nakinig ako sa mga tao instead of doing what I wanted to do and then regretting it in the end. So over the years, I've learned to really like distinguish, kung ano yung tama para sa akin, and really just quiet the noise and trust my gut and my instincts. And that's how I work also with like roles and scripts and projects.
Going into the role, so you go into it and you go into it deep. What's the motivation there? Kasi yung iba, babasa ng script, internalize konti, and that's it. But why is it important for you to really study and research?
It helps me conquer my anxiety and my nerves.
I get it.
I've learned that the best combat for anxiety and nerves is preparation. With roles and with anything, I really try to do the prep. Like, even on my own, like, I just reached out to you and to Jeff, like, please help me. Yung wala namang connect dun yung prod eh. And I really want to give justice to the role.
So, kunyari, sa Lavender Fields, yung role mo, nag-interview ka ba ng masamang tao? Sinong malditang kinausap mo at nagpaturo ka ba? What was your preparation for that?
Oh my God, sobrang kinabahan talaga ako actually to be a kontrabida.
Because you're not,
I didn't want it. I didn't
Yeah.
want it talaga. I was like, oh my gosh, totoo ba? Pero there are moments then where you do really have to trust the people around you. And for Iris, Sir Deo picked me for that eh. And how can I argue with that? He is the best at what he does. And if he saw me for this, then okay, I'll do my best. I'll try my best. I also did training for that. I tried martial arts training, Kali. Takot ako sa baril. Si Iris parang mahilig sa baril. So,
ganto rin.
So, nagpasama ako sa friends ko sa firing range, kahit takot ako, para lang mawala yung mga fears ko on my own.
The eyes, Janine, you have one of the kindest pairs of eyes that I've ever come across with. And to see the crazed look in Iris, paano mo yan nagagawa?
I also did workshops. Every time I start a new role, I reach out to my acting coach, si Ate Ana Fileo, just so I can figure out the role. And then the first 2 days of Lavender Fields, parang di ko magawa. Kasi nga may eyes daw.
Yes.
Sabi sa akin nung producer namin na, Janine, your countenance is a bit,
Your
it's not giving.
Your countenance. Okay.
Yeah. And in my head, I was like, what does she mean? Like, what is countenance? Like, I remember Googling pa what countenance exactly means. And yun nga, it's my face. And mali talaga yung approach ko. So, sobrang natulungan ako ng mga directors on like how to
Kasi yung eyes
find
mo,
Iris.
you see the kindness right away in
Thank
your
you.
eyes. Tapos biglang luka-luka na yung kausap mo.
Oh my gosh, oo.
Diba?
So, I really owe Iris to the people who helped me. So, sa directors and like sa workshops and yung doing the work nga and like finding strength through the physical things like martial arts and like yung mga hobbies niya, yung mga guns. And the fashion also really helped me.
This is Iris. I'm Janine. I'm having fun with her character. Her character is not me.
Yeah, I think I also had to get to the point where I could have fun with it.
Yeah.
Kasi gano'n naman yung mga kontrabida, di ba? You know, they also really need to have like a sense of sarcasm and like power tripping. And so when I got to pinpoint like those specific traits, naintindihan ko na kung ano bang klaseng tao si Iris.
What do you think about aging?
It scared me before when I was younger. Kasi nga feeling ko naghahabol ako eh. And I thought that, by 25, dapat ganyan. By 30, dapat ganyan. Kasi we hear all that stuff growing up eh. And it's a myth. It's a myth talaga. You make your own timeline. And parang, you just get better with age. Like, all your knowledge and all your experiences just make you more you.
So as you look at your career now, and you have... Ang dami, kahit 21 ka nag-start, pero ang dami mo nang nagawa, di ba? Pag tinitingnan mo na yung takbo ng karera mo ngayon, what gives you pause? What gives you that moment to think, kaya ko ba to? Dude, ang galing mo. Or parang, I want to do more. What's giving you pause these days when it comes to your career?
I really like what you said kasi it's important nga to like acknowledge the small victories, like for example getting a good job from your director in a scene. I really do try to like, okay, good job. I like physically tap my shoulder. And at the same time, there is like so much more I want to do. Like when I went to Venice, sobrang na-inspire ako kasi Angelina Jolie was there, Julianne Moore was there, and then so many people went to watch our film. Considering it was like a small film shot in Sampaloc, Quezon. Because Direct Lav is so renowned in the film industry, in the international film industry.
Yeah.
So na-inspire talaga ako.
So at this point, okay, we're gonna fire off a series of
Oh my God.
questions for you to get to know you more after
Okay.
ours. Okay, madali lang to.
Okay.
Confidence not needed. Okay, what would you do? What would you rather do after ours? Travel or read?
Travel.
I thought you were gonna say read travel books, pero pwede na rin travel. Okay, would you rather collect bags or shoes after ours?
Bags.
Why not shoes?
Mas kita yung bags pagpasok mo sa room.
Honey, when you enter
It's the
a
first
room.
thing you
Oo.
see.
But are you a person who likes to collect material things?
No, I actually don't have that many things. Kasi, yeah, I just...
Saan mo nakuha yun? Because the industry is so materialistic. The industry you're immersed in and belong to.
Yeah.
Ganyan yung takbo eh. But ikaw parang
Totoo.
nagre-resist ka na naman.
Yeah, yeah.
Resist or hindi talaga?
Konti lang.
Sakto lang.
Konti lang. Kasi laki ako sa hand-me-downs eh. So, yung mga unang bag ko, mga bigay ng lola ko, luma niyang bag,
Oo.
pahiram ng sapatos, ganyan.
Oh, I saw that entry of yours trying on the gowns of your
Headcloths,
mamita.
And ang swerte ko
gosh.
kasi she was able to keep things from the 70s and the 80s. So my
Yeah.
goal with my own things was longevity as well. Na,
Right.
I'll only buy something or spend on something if I can use it for decades.
Pero kung, aging ang pinag-uusapan, sino pang prime model mo kundi yung mamita mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Why would you fear aging
Yeah.
kung yan naman yung nauna sa inyo? At yan yung dugong na nanalantay sa katawan mo. Okay. Would you rather eat tuyo or tocino after
Tuyo
ours?
is my favorite food.
With garlic rice?
Yes.
Egg on the side?
Pwede.
Kamatis?
Pwede.
Nice.
Kahit wala, kahit tuyo lang.
Huh?
It's my favorite.
Bottled tuyo or tuyo?
Tuyo is number one.
Really?
Pritong tuyo.
Pritong tuyo.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather, parang alam ko na yung sagot nito. Would you rather cook or eat after ours? Eat something that someone else cooked.
Oh my gosh. I would have to say eat. After ours na eh. Kung lunch, di I'll cook.
How's your cooking coming along?
Good. That's
Okay
good.
na?
I just started again kasi sobrang busy nung lavender field. So, like this past week lang ulit, I started cooking.
Okay. What would you rather go on a beach trip in El Nido or visit New York City?
Oh my God, that's so hard. I think New York.
Would you rather watch movies that other people made or make your own movie or teleserye?
Make my own.
Boxing, Pilates, or tennis as your workout after ours?
Tennis.
Na-enjoy mo talaga siya, no?
Super.
Bakit?
It's so fun. It's so fun and it's something I learned from zero. So, masaya din matuto pa rin, like, no matter what age. Parang it's good to, like, be a beginner.
You know, that's so freeing.
Yeah.
Starting from zero.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Sino bang nagsabi na pag matanda ka na dapat alam mo na lahat?
Yeah, tuloy-tuloy lang, try new things.
Okay. Would you rather stay at home or go on a date with Jericho Rosales after ours? And I said that without looking at you. I rarely use these things, but I said it.
Maybe date at home. Medyo homebody na ako ngayon. Yeah.
With him.
Yes.
You guys good?
Yeah.
How? What?
We're good. It's good.
Thank you so much. Janine Gutierrez joining us here on the pod. Really a pleasure talking to you. So
Oh my
lovely spending the
gosh.
afternoon with you. Thanks again.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. I had such a good time. Thank you.
And that's it for another episode of KC After Hours. You know the drill. Like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.